I'd like to give you a quick overview of the calendar activity, so let's get started. I'll scroll down the page until I find Session 1, and under Session 1, under Topics, the first thing is the calendar handout. Now, before we start, the calendar is really designed just for you to take a broad look at the entire scope of your project, about the different tasks that you might be involved in completing the project, gathering information, locating resources, putting together your own resources, etc. And also including in there other time commitments you might have. So these might be time commitments related to the course, different activities that are due, or it might be some personal commitments or some professional commitments that you have. Now, we're not really interested in exactly what these commitments are. So as far as personal or professional, it's not that anyone is looking to really pry into your business. So feel totally comfortable with just on the calendar blocking out time and saying personal commitment or professional commitment if you prefer to do that. The idea of the calendar is just for you to get a broad view of the scope of the project, and so you can allocate your time adequately to finish comfortably. Okay, there is a handout. This is just an example. The calendar itself may take many forms, but it just goes over things, tells you what the purpose is, and the purpose is really to develop the efficient work plan. Um, Identify all the tasks that are required, put them in sequence, allot adequate time, and create the calendar. Okay, things to remember. Calendar is a dynamic document and will need to be revised as you proceed. But actually, this is not going to be a requirement for the class. We'd like you to start with an overview. If the calendar works for you, you're welcome to revise it. Nobody is going to be checking in later to see that revisions are made. So this is just a tool for you to use. Some tasks may be addressed simultaneously, so that it may not be completely sequential. We want you to develop a calendar that fits your own style. So this could be in a calendar type format, it could be in a list, it could be done in Microsoft Word, it could be done in Google Calendar, it could be done any way that you see fit. Allow for work and personal commitments and build in time for unexpected difficulties. So in other words, plan to finish a little early if you can, because things never go quite as they're planned. Okay, so things to include: course assignments, checkpoints, and assessments. A list of due dates will be coming out shortly. We're trying to base that on as these proposals come in so that we're realistic in when we can get those in. And then personal or professional commitments. Okay? And these are just some examples of things that might be in there. They might not all apply to your project. There might be additional things that apply to your particular project. You'll know that best. This is just a sample. This particular calendar only shows February, but for your calendars, you would do the entire semester. You'd have a February, March, April, May calendar for the spring semester, or if you were taking the course in the fall, you would have a September, October, November, December calendar. In other words, you will want to see the entire scope of the project. Okay, so let's close that. When you are done, you can use this project calendar assignment link to upload your calendar. Now, if you've created something like a Word file or a graphic or some file that needs to be uploaded, you'll have the ability to do that in the assignment. If instead you have something along the lines of a Google Calendar, which is really just going to be a link, you can post that link in the same assignment. Go in and there'll be a text box where you can post the link. But just remember to also do the necessary sharing or setting of permissions so that we can access the calendar itself. As always, if there are any questions, send me an email and I'll be happy to help you.